Hello gamers, welcome back to another episode of Solo Spelunking, and today I will continue my Defenders of the Shadowlands campaign. And last session we took a pretty bad hit because one of our beloved party members, Eleonora, she died in a trivial encounter with giant lizards, but she was aiding this barbarian woman here, Amira, and and her name is Amira, but she hasn't told us this yet, and I got a picture of her here. So this is she, and she is a female barbarian. She's muscular, she's got tribal tattoos, she wears hide and furs, and she's got long red hair, and she's wielding a great axe that she was wielding two-handed, a versatile weapon. And because she will be joining the party, I went to DriveThruRPG to get myself a little barbarian class supplement, and I've decided to use this barbarian class variant. There are a couple of them on DriveThruRPG. I don't even know who did this, so I'm sorry I can't give credit because I don't have the title page here, but I'll probably link it in the description if you want to check it out. I think it was a pay what you want download. This is the barbarian class I will be using. And I also created a picture of Lau because we didn't have a picture of him yet. So this is Lau, this is Amira, and to fit the same art style and to update it a little because now he's wearing chainmail armor, I also redid Rio. So here you can see this nice detail here, those little chainmail links, and of course this is all AI because I can't draw. This is Midjourney, and think of AI what you will. I like it, so I'm using it to create character images. So these are my current party members. But Amira, she's not a party member yet, but she will definitely join the party. But we were lucky because we completed an extended rest, and one of the last things Eleonora did for the crew before she perished, she foraged for food and water because she had the ranger background, so we could live off the supplies that she foraged for this rest. We didn't have to use any of our rations, and we were able to complete a rest. So that means thankfully we're all back at full hit points. So this is where we start a new day in the wilderness. We are still in this hex here, 0705, not far from the dungeon entrance, where we made our campsite. And we had a little bad weather the day before, so now we're starting a new day. So I'm going to my wilderness gameplay reference here on my solo RPG framework for fantasy games, and it starts with we determine the weather for the day. Maybe we are lucky and we have better weather today. So let's roll a d4, and I copied this chart here on a piece of scrap paper, and let's see. And we are in the spring, so this is spring season. Wrong. I'm using the dice tower for this campaign, so it gotta go through here. 4. Oh, we are lucky because 4 is nice weather for the season. So we are greeted by a clear blue sky, so the sun rises, there's a clear blue sky, only a small light breeze and some very thin white clouds that are scattered across the blue sky, and it will probably be a pretty nice day for traveling. So of course, we were taking turns guarding the camp, and so Amira, she asked if she could spend the night with us at the camp, and we agreed to that. Now, the next morning, she talks to Rio and says, well, I think I'm in your debt. If it weren't for you, I would be dead. So if you'll have me, I'll gladly travel with you and accompany you on your quest, whatever that may be, until my debt is repaid. And Rio goes, well, it is appreciated. Well, we are on a quest to retrieve one of the artifacts Ralyana the Wise needs for this ritual to counter the Shadowdark. Do you know what we're talking about? So let's use the D6 decider. 1, 2, 3. She doesn't know. 4, 5, 6. She's aware of the happenings here. And what is it? It's a 5. So yeah, she's aware, and she says, yeah, I heard about the call to adventurers, and I myself have noticed this vile darkness creeping out of the forest and the hills during the night. I try to stay away from it and stay out of the forests and hills as long as I can. So, you say there's a way to stop this? Yes, hopefully. There's a sorceress an elf sorceress called Ralyana the Wise. She has her tower in Kamaron, the city to the south, the bustling city, and she put out a call to adventurers. She needs 3 artifacts retrieved from the well-known dungeons in this area to stop this ritual. And she will award 500 gold pieces to every adventurer who brings her one of those artifacts. But we failed to get deep into the dungeon, and we were just on our way to head back to Kamaron to recruit a priest or cleric, a holy person, a healer, to aid us on our quest, because we've realized that without a healer we won't get very far. So if you accompany us to Kamaron and help us, that is appreciated. Of course, I will accompany you, and I will aid you on your quest to retrieve this artifact, or these artifacts, because I also want this vile darkness gone. Yeah. So what with your dead comrade? Do we give her a proper burial here, or what is the plan? And Rio says, I want to take her with us to Kamaron. And now Lao steps in and he goes, well, with all due respect, Rio, I know what you're going through, or I can imagine, and it is noble of you to want her to take her back. But I don't think this is a wise course of action. It is a long and dangerous way to Kamaron, and we don't have horses. I don't know if it would be a good idea if we carry her with us, a dead corpse. She'll definitely slow us down, and she might attract carrion feeders to our position. I think we should give her a proper burial here. And he also goes, and if from what I've seen, she is well at home in the outdoors. She's an outdoors woman, a ranger. Don't you think she wanted to be also buried here in the wilderness? And Amira goes, well, I haven't introduced myself yet. My name is Amira. I'm a woman of the Wolf Clan, a tribe of mighty warriors hailing from the north. And even though it's probably not my place to say anything, I must agree with my companion. What's your name? It's Lao. Yeah, I must agree with Lao. I think she would prefer a burial in the wilderness, and it would definitely slow us down if we are to take her with us. So Rio says, yeah, If I'm completely honest, I know you're right. So we will give her a burial and then we'll head for Kamaron. But she has some valuable weapons, a silvered masterwork longsword and a silvered normal longsword. And we should also take her rations and torches. Yeah. So he asks Amira. So Amira and OOC, so I said she was wearing hide armor, so she's only wearing furs and hides as clothing, but this is not armor because by this class she's proficient with all weapons, but not with any armor, only with shields. But they have this ability tough, where they add one quarter of their constitution score rounded down to armor class, and they have advantage on what would you would call constitution saving throws. And so I made a character sheet for her using my heroic character creation rules. So I was also lucky with my talent rolls because I got, what did I get? Let's see. No, well, I got where is it? Yeah, I got Constitution 16, so that is 4. So 16 by 4 is 4. So my AC is 14. Dexterity, I got 0. So Strength 3, so 16, 3 modifier. Dexterity 11, Constitution 16, Intelligence 11, Wisdom 14, and Charisma, I got lucky as well. I got 16. And she's got a great axe, a dagger, and her crawling kit, which occupies 10 of her 16 slots. So she says, well, I'm proficient with many weapons. I gladly carry her weapons if you want me to. Yeah, so she's getting her masterwork longsword and a silvered masterwork longsword. So silvered MWK longsword and a silvered normal longsword. And 3 rations and 2 torches. I think she had 2. I got my my little here, my pool inventory here. So it says pool torches 7. So let's see, she had 3 and Rio, he had 2, that is 5, and Lao, oh wait, Lao's got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, but I think we used one. Yeah, we had 8 and we used one in the dungeon. Yeah, so let's just say that was one of her torches. So she carries 1 torch. But she herself has a crawling kit, Amira, and I think a crawling kit also includes 2 torches. So we are at 9 torches total in the pool. Okay, so and now I got her silvered weapons. And now it is the sad moment. I got her weapons distributed where I do this. This is tradition, what I do in my games. Even if I play off camera, if a character dies, I rip apart his or her character sheet, but her picture will go into my notebook with dead characters. I will glue it in there. Okay. So, but let's take advantage of the nice weather. So we give her a proper burial, which is difficult because actually nobody has a shovel. But we do have, of course, our daggers. So what we will do is we will take our daggers to loosen up the ground so that we can basically use our hands to just make a small, yeah, not really a hole, a small bedding. And there we put her in with her armor, her bow, and then the dirt that we digged out, we make a little, like a little, yeah, hill of dirt. I'm at loss of words here. But I think you get the idea, how this grave looks like. But let's just say this has taken us a while, and so this costs us 1 movement point. So by my wilderness gameplay rules from the framework, if you're on foot, you get 4 movement points. So you can traverse 4 6-mile hexes. However, difficult terrain costs double. So now it'll be only 3 for this day. So we head to Kamaron and we can move 3 hexes. And we want to stay out of the forest. So 1, and when you enter a new hex, you got to roll, and on a 1 there's an encounter. No. So let's get away a little from the woods. 2. No. 3. No. So indeed it is nice weather. So we travel the entire day, and actually I want to push on. I want to do a force march. So a force march, I don't know if there are rules for that anywhere. I will just rule it like this. We got to make a constitution check, DC 12, and if we all succeed, we can make a forced march. So Amira, she's got advantage because of her tough class ability. It says here, you have advantage on constitution checks to resist disease, poison, and the effects of the natural environment. For me, this also covers force marched, and she's got a +3 modifier, and we need a 12. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. 1 and 2. So the barbarian woman with constitution 16 and toughness, or tough, rolls a 1 and a 2. All right, but I can account this to the injuries that she had sustained. So, all right, you know what? I'm going by group check. So if 2 out of 3 succeed, the group succeeds. So Lao, no advantage, also +3. 8 + 3 is 11, no, but he was also at 1 hit point, so it actually makes sense. Rio, I don't even have to roll, but let's just do it anyways. 6, no. Actually, they're all exhausted. So, yeah, it was a nice try. So we were thinking about doing a force march, but we quickly got rid of that thought because we're actually all pretty exhausted. So we need to make camp. So now we need to make a skill, or we can make a skill check to find a safe and secure campsite. And in the plains, that'll be a DC 12. And Amira, I also gave her the ranger background because it fits as a barbarian and to compensate for Eleanor's death. And as usual, I will use wisdom, so I'll give her advantage. Wisdom, she needs a DC 12 to find us a safe and secure campsite. 18, yes. Luckily, we find a safe and secure campsite, which means we don't have to roll for a nightly encounter. We still set watches, of course. And I'm assigning camp actions. The only thing I can do really is forage for food and water. So again, it'll be a DC 12. Or let's see, survival moderate. Yeah, DC 12. Amira. 17, yes. So again, where's my forage token? I got my little forage. Yes, I can't find it, but I can remember because it does matter because I'm going to use them anyhow. So Don't really need this token. So we foraged, and we're using what we foraged or what Amira foraged for us, so we don't have to consume our own rations, and we have a safe rest thanks to the campsite. So the next day we make for Kamaron. 1 square, and we roll for a random encounter. 1 in 6 chance. No. And Kamaron. I'm rolling again because 4. No. So that was 2 hexes. So by midday, at around midday, we arrive at the city of Kamaron, and we want to enter. So by my framework, city gameplay, when you enter, you have to roll a d6, and on a 1, there's some sort of problem with the city guard. Maybe they don't like Amira as a barbarian or whatever, but maybe I don't roll a 1. So let's just see. We want to get in, and we are going through the east gate, because north, south, east, west. We are coming from the east, so there's the east gate heading into the bustling city of Kamaron. Let's see if we get in without any hassle. 5. Yes, we do. So the city guard, they just eye us suspiciously. Rio just nods, and Amira, she has a stern face and just walks by, and Lao bows his head slightly towards the guard as we enter. So we enter, I said midday, so let's keep it simple. It is noon. So this is for my simple time tracking mechanism here. So it is noon as we enter Kamaron. 12 noon, midday. Okay, so Rio, he breathes and says, I don't know about you, but for once it feels good to be inside these walls and inside civilization again. And Amira goes, well, a city has its merits if you want drink and amusement, but besides that, I also prefer the outdoors. And Lao doesn't say much. Okay, so it is midday, and let's take a look at our funds here also. We're low on funds, we're low on XP, but I got 13 pool XP, which I can distribute 4 each. Lao, he is level 2, he needs 20. So I'm distributing my pool XP. My pool XP are at 13. And those of you wondering what this is, I'm using the hunter rules from Shadowdark, meaning I get half level of the monsters I defeat in XP, and I collect them all in a pool until I have enough to evenly distribute them among the party members, the current party members. So I'm at 13, so I have 1 left over, and everyone gets 4, which brings Rio to 14 XP. But he's already level 3, so he needs 30. Amira is level 1, she needs only 10 to level up, and now she's already got 4. And Lao is at level 2, so he needs 20 to level up. He's at 8, and those 4 bring him to 12. Okay, so we got a couple of XP. We got 17 gold pieces, which is not a lot. So now I'm trying to recruit an adventurer. So by my framework, this requires a moderate interaction skill check, of course, mixed in with some RP. So we head towards the market square, where there's the notice board, the quest board, which we will also be taking a look at. Maybe there are some smaller quests that we can do to make some money while we try to pursue our goal. But let's just first see if we are successful. So I'm not rolling if there's a cleric or holy person. I assume we will be able, I mean, this is an adventurer hub, especially because of the call So it'll be a moderate interaction skill check, a DC 12. Actually, Amira, she has the highest charisma, but it wouldn't be fitting. It doesn't make sense in the story if she, as a barbarian woman, tries to recruit a holy person. So it's got to be, I think, Rio or Lao. Lao, he's a monk and he's got the acolyte background. He's also sort of a religious person. So it'll be Lao with his calm demeanor who tries to recruit an adventurer, so a holy person. And because of his acolyte background, which is sort of like a holy person, I'll give him advantage. He's got a +1 modifier, and I need a 12. And this doesn't count. It's got to go through the chute. 9. That was a 9. That's a 10. No. So let's just say that we are not able. So that took us around 2 hours. So it is 1400 hours, and we are not able to find or recruit a holy person today. Maybe we got more luck tomorrow. Okay, so let's see if we take a look at the quest board. All right, so it's 1d3 plus 2 quests that are available on the notice board. 1d3 plus 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, that is 2 plus 2, that is 4 quests at the notice board. And let's see what we find. Now I go to my notice board section. So what did I say? 4. So let's roll 4 d6s. Is it d6? Yes, 4 d6s. This one didn't go through the chute. Now it 1, 1, and 5, 5. Okay. Monster hunt is 1, and 5 is caravan guard duty. Okay. So let's take a look at the monster hunt. So I'm going to read the posting. So first, the notice type. This is usually a commission from the city watch or ruler to hunt down and kill a monster or group of monsters roaming the surrounding lands and killing farmers, blah blah, is the usual. So let's read the post. Hail adventurers! Let it be known that the surrounding lands are currently plagued by a vicious, and now I have to fill in this variable here, by a vicious monster, which is a d20. Let's see what the hunt is. 18, a giant dire boar. All right, so by a vicious giant dire boar that is threatening travelers and killing farmers and also livestock. Therefore, the captain of the city watch, by authority of our esteemed ruler, is posting a bounty of, insert a fitting value here adequate for the monster's danger level and your chosen system's economy. So a dire boar. Let's see if we got something in here. Dire boar or something similar. Boar, ape, no, angels. Angels, ape, B. It's got to be boar. All right. Oh, the boar is already level 3. Damn. The boar is level 3. Okay, so you know what? Then I'll just use the boar, but I'll make it level 5. So I will just add some hit points and some. So it'll be level 5. So let's say it'll be 25 gold per level. So that is 125 gold. So to the able individual, I will pay 125 gold pieces. To the party that delivers the head of this vile creature. It was last seen or reported near location. So let's take a look at the location table. And those are pretty generic to fit them into any campaign. 7, the old abandoned mill. So let's determine, and I will add this then at as a persistent location, the old abandoned mill. So I just determine the coordinates. I need another differently colored. So blue is the first coordinate. 9, 1. 9, 1. That is actually up there. Oh, damn. That is pretty far away. Doesn't really make sense for... you know what? This does... All right, so my camera just went down. I don't know why. I have memory. I got battery capacity. Maybe it is running too hot. The phone was actually pretty warm because we are still in the summer and I'm in the attic and it is pretty warm up here. It's not really pleasant to record videos. So I gotta keep an eye on the camera here, but luckily I was only missing a couple of minutes. So I determined what the second monster hunt was. That is a draw raiding party is marauding through the area. It was last seen in the abandoned mine, which is in those hills, in those mountains next to Kamaron. And now we are talking to see what we actually want to do. And actually, I want to keep this short. So we decide to go on a monster hunt. We don't want to, or we are not ready to go quite back on the road again to escort a caravan either to Naldek or Kelmar. And draw raiding party, I don't know, seems like a little bit too much for now. So we take the notice for the abandoned mill dire boar hunt. We take the notice from the notice board. And it is also pretty close. So that is something we could do tomorrow, maybe, if we are able to recruit a healing person. So let's just call it a day. We find a nice tavern. We have nice warm fresh stew and some ale and where's my money? All right, so let's just say I am paying I pay a total of 7 gold, which is probably way too much. So I got this down to 10, but we have a feast. We have nice rooms, single rooms. We pay a couple of rounds. We just need to unwind a little after this devastating experience to get morale back up. So we spent 7 gold pieces. We have a nice pleasant evening. We have a nice breakfast the next day, fresh eggs, fresh baked bread, the whole shebang. And then we head out back to the town square where the notice board is, because we want to try our luck again recruiting a holy person. It is a moderate advantage because Lau is an acolyte. He does it. Let's see. 16, yes. So Lau, he is able to talk to a female. Yeah, female because I already made up her name. To a female cleric. And probably know this, Minnie. That'll be her. It's a priestess of Desna Pawn. So he talks to her. He tells her what we are about to do, that we are on a quest because we followed the call to adventure from Raliana, that we just suffered a loss. And this woman, she also lost her party. She was the last one to survive, feels a little guilty about it, and wants to do her part and is glad to join our party. And I actually already prepared a character sheet for her, which I am trying to find right now. So she introduces herself as Cassandra. That'll be Cassandra. But now, damn it, why don't I find her character sheet? Okay, so I gotta see if I can find it later off camera. But she joins our party, and I already put her name down here in my little thing, but sadly I don't know her stats because I lost her character sheet. Where's the character sheet? Or is it maybe in this book here? No. Oh. Cassandra, where are you? This can't be happening. Oh, here it is. Haha, found it. All right, so it's Cassandra. She is a human priest of Saint Terragnus. She's got 8 hit points. She's got an AC of 13 with her shield, and without her shield only 11 because she does not wear armor, because I didn't have enough money to buy her armor. I created this using standard Shadowdark rules except for my heroic stat array, but so she's got 3 gold pieces left, the usual starting stuff: a crawling kit, longsword, shield, dagger, and mace. None of it silvered, 8 HP. She's got a shield, and she knows turn undead, which everybody knows it doesn't count towards her spells, and cure wounds, because I needed a healer, and holy weapon. She can transfer a weapon into a magic weapon, basically. Okay, so and she gladly joins our party, and we tell her that we accepted the quest to hunt down a dire boar, and she thinks it's a good idea to get to know each other by going on a simple quest, hopefully simple quest together. So yeah, we want to go also back to the city afterwards, so we make our way into the wilderness again, and we head towards the abandoned mill. So let's see if there's anything happening on a 1 before we reach the abandoned mill. No 6. So there's no random encounter. So as the sun approaches the zenith, almost midday, we see the half crumbled structure of the long old abandoned mine in the distance. Oh, and the thing is, Cassandra, she's got the soldier background because I figured she served as a combat healer in an army before her adventuring career. So she's got the soldier background. Just that you know. All right, so now we gotta see if we can make out tracks of this dire boar. It'll be a tracking roll. That'll be Amira's job, and it is a wisdom DC 12. And she gets advantage because of her ranger background. 11 and 14, yes. So she picks up boar tracks. She picks up boar tracks, and she is able to follow them to a let's just say there is a larger rock formation with some heavy underbrush, and this is where the tracks lead to. So we carefully approach. I do not have I do have ranged weapons. Rio, he's got the longbow, and he's not too bad with it either, because he's got dexterity +4 and his talent. Let's see, anyone else? No. All right, so Rio, he will he gets the longbow ready, puts an arrow onto the bow, and takes the rear. And Amira and Cassandra, with her shield up and her mace in hand, no, her longsword in hand, make up the front row, followed by Lao, and Rio is a little in the back with the bow as we approach. And abandoned mill, let's get this out of the way here. Indeed. 26, let's take 26. No, wait, let's, I think it's 13 is, you know what, let's just say the tracks lead to the abandoned mill itself, then the map is more fitting, and I'm using map 14, which has some crumbled, and I hope there's not too much glare, so these crumbled walls are like the remains of the abandoned mill. That's our formation here, and this will be my activation token. And let's see, camera is still rolling. Yes, so let's get a pawn out here. Animals and beasts. So let's see if we have a fitting pawn here ready. Oh, no, that's a dire bear, crocodile. That's the thing I am using. All right, so let's just use this warg pawn as a stand-in for a dire boar. So this warg pawn, yeah, it makes also a fitting dire boar. So as we approach, this boar is about to charge towards us. All right, so let's say the stats. The stats, I said I just give him, let's give him +6 HP. Boar. Here, boar. Okay, so I'm not doing my metrics here now, I'm doing the token thingy. So it'll be HP 18, AC 14, because of the thick hide, so that is +2 increased from, and +4 hit points, and 2 attacks. I leave the attacks at +3, but I increased the damage to D8. 2 tusks +3 D8, and gore deals an extra die of damage if it hits the same target with both tusks. Okay, gore +1 with both tusks. +1 die. Okay. All right, so let's do it. the boar is about to charge, but I go, you go, we go first. Rio, he moves off to the side here to get a better shot. Activates, so I turn him around and shooting with the longbow. +5, yeah, 4, 5, yes, and dealing d8 points of damage. I sadly do not get a damage bonus. All right. Look how this starts again. I rolled a 1. So 11 plus 5, that hits, but only for 1 point of damage. So it is at 17 HP. And shrieks. All right, so the boar, it's the boar's turn now. It charges. Let's see, how fast can it move? Can it move double near? Speed? Near. Okay, does it, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, he can't reach me, so 1, 2, 3, 4. It'll charge towards Cassandra. Oh, great. And attacks with the 2 tusks. +3 d8. So the first tusk, +3. Cassandra, she's got AC 13. First tusk. 11 plus 3, that's a hit for 4. Second task. That's a miss, luckily. So no extra gore damage, so 4 points. So Cassandra, 8. That already takes her down to 4 HP. But now it is our turn. Thankfully, we got the action economy advantage. So Cassandra, she slashes at the boar with a long sword. She attacks +3 and needs a 14. Yes, 17, but only 2 points of damage. So that is 15 HP. That was Cassandra, and now I'm not doing the same mistake. She will move away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here to get out of the way. Thankfully, no opportunity attacks. Making room for Amira, who will move herself 1, 2, 3 like this and attack. And she is wielding her axe two-handed. So she is brutal, meaning +1 to hit and damage when fighting two-handed. So that's +4 and d10 +2 damage. Let's see how this goes. Yes, 18 and 7 +1 +2 actually, because I already rolled +1 melee damage as talent. So that is 9 points. That's good. So the boar is at 6 HP. All right, so maybe Lao can finish it off. Lao moves down here and attacks with his masterwork short sword +4 and d6 +1. 7 +4, no, that's a miss. So the boar shrieks and sidesteps, and that was the end of the round. Turn this around. Next round, I go, you go. Amira goes first. And let's see. Maybe she can finish it off. Wielding her great axe. Natural 1. Barely, almost loses her axe. Okay, so now the boar attacks Amira. Let's see if 2 of those tusks hit. +3, and Amira has 14. 17 and 15, yes, they both hit. So that is an additional die of damage. So that is 3d8 if I'm not mistaken. 1d8 and 1d8, and then the additional d8. Where's the second d8? Not there. Okay, so 3d8. Don't have a d8. The first is 5, 6, 10. Lucky, because she's got 11 hit points. So she's almost impaled. Is bleeding like crazy. But now we can all activate Lao, Masterwork, Short Sword. 20 critical hit, 4, 7, and he has +1, 8. That's enough. Only 6 left. So while this boar slashing Amira, he takes the short sword into both hands and behind the neck and twists it. And the boar shrieks and falls to the ground. But Amira is hurting. She's bleeding, and so is Cassandra. But Amira is in worse shape. Okay, so the boar is done for, and Amira, now we're out of combat rounds, doesn't matter. Now Amira gets to cast. Haha, finally. She's using her, not Amira, Cassandra. She's using her wisdom bonus of +3 to cast Cure Wounds. Let's see, Cure Wounds. What level is this? I should write this down actually. Oh, of course it's tier 1 because she's level 1. But I gotta see how much that heals. Okay. A, B, Cure Wounds. It heals. Number of d6 equal to 1 plus half your level rounded down. So 1d6, and it is a DC 11. All right, DC 11, here we go. +3. Come on, Cassandra, +3, DC 11. Yes, 1d6. Oh, 1, this can't be happening. But she didn't lose the spell. So Amira is at 2 hit points. At least the bleeding stops. There's soft, light skin forming over the wound. Let's cast it again. That's the great thing. As long as you keep the spell. 9 +3, that is 12. That is barely enough. So she keeps concentrating, praying. Yes, and 6. Now she's at 8. And can she also heal herself? I think so, huh? She definitely will, I think. She can touch herself. This sounds dirty, but it's not. Let's see. Cure Wounds. Range close. Your touch restores 1 target you touch. Regains that many hit points. But I'm seriously, this is a question. If you know it, put it down in the comments. I just ruled she can. Can you be your own target? That is the question. So she touches herself and tries to cure her wounds as well. But of course, now she loses the spell. So it took basically a lot to restore Amira to 8 hit points because she was really seriously wounded. So she feels the energy fading and the glow dissipates, and she says, I need to rest. I can't heal anymore. But thankfully, no one died. Let's do the dirty work and get the head of this corpse. All right, so we get the head of the corpse, and then we head back to the city because we only traveled one, so we can travel one. But I got to roll. On a 1, there's an encounter. No. Okay, so we make it back into the city, and we deliver the cut-off head of the dire boar. So everybody, there's like a crowd forming because we wrap this bloody head in the sack, and it's of course there's like the sack dripping, there's blood dripping out of the sack, and there's this head, and everybody is looking at it. It's pretty disgusting, but we take it straight to the city watch, and yeah, we get paid 125 gold pieces, into the pool. So we are at 135 gold pieces. Also, we get 3 XP. I'm rounding up in the pool XP for the hunter mode. So I have 4 in the pool XP. And we get 135 gold. I don't know if that's enough to carouse a little. We will see. But that has to wait until the next episode. So we end this episode back in the city of Kamaron, late afternoon, where we just completed our monster hunt quest and rid the lands of this dire boar. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. I thank you for watching. And as always, stay safe and stay healthy, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.